Hello, benevolent beings. It's Michelle again, holistic reproductive practitioner trainer with By the Moon, and I'm going to talk again about the root chakra, but I want to bring it back to fertility again, although the information in this video will apply to all kinds of people, even if they're not trying to conceive. But this is really important information for people with root chakra excess who can't get pregnant. It's a hard topic to talk about because, in my experience, it's one of the hardest pieces for some of my clients to shift. It doesn't come up for everybody. Every client that I work with has different blocks, different wounds, different imbalances that can prevent them from becoming pregnant or make it more difficult. When it's this one, it can be the hardest to do the work, but there is a way to make it much easier, and that's what this video is about. So I hope that it helps you, or it can help you to be more compassionate for someone that you are supporting on this journey. Or if you're a practitioner, it might help you to understand this issue on a different level. And this could be very triggering for you. And if it is, I mean this in the gentlest way. I want to offer you this information to help shift your awareness. But remember, I always provide you with healing practices so that you can heal the wounds, the buttons or the triggers, and that's where the videos that are linked in the description can provide you with tools to help heal your root chakra, to do the inner baby healing, to open up the crown chakra a little bit so that all of this can be in balance so that we can heal what hurts. So I'm going to talk about food and trying to conceive specifically. When the issue is food, it can be the hardest piece for me to help clients with, but I intend for this to make it a little easier for other practitioners like myself. When the issue is food, we want it to be anything else because food is such a big part of our every single day life. We expend so much time and energy buying food, preparing food, consuming food. We have to do it every day. And there's some foods, everybody needs to eat differently when trying to conceive. Or rather, I should say, there's not one diet that works for all people when trying to conceive. So some people might do very well being vegetarian, other people might do very well being paleo, but those two people might not be able to switch and have success with the other person's diet. And so I really like to get to know my clients so that I can help them understand what foods are most nourishing for them and the ones that are maybe not helping them. And it's very unique to our individual makeup. And that could be a whole other video that I'll probably do in the future. But today what I want to talk about, because we've been talking about the root chakra a lot, I'm going to talk about root chakra excess, when that chakra at the base of the spine is exchanging too much energy with our environment. How does that manifest for people who are trying to get pregnant, and food specifically? The root chakra is our way that we exchange energy with the physical material world. And so when there's root chakra excess, what that can look like for people is they collect more physical material things. So these are the people that when they're feeling not safe, if they're feeling really uncomfortable, one of the things they'll do to make themselves feel better is acquire material things. So they'll go shopping and buy things. They really like to bring material things into their world. It makes them feel good. It gives them a temporary lift because they're bringing in that excess material energy in the way of physical things. But they can also do it by bringing in excess with food. People who have a healthy, balanced root chakra are going to have a healthier exchange with the material world that way. So not bringing in too much and not bringing in too little. People who are more deficient in their root chakra are probably more likely to skip meals or not eat enough food. But today we're talking about root chakra excess specifically, because when we bring in too much, some of what we go to usually is those comforting foods that are high in trans fats, sugar, white flour, those kinds of processed things that we find very comforting. And they're specifically some of the worst things for trying to conceive, especially when consumed in excess. But if we are to simply make rules about what we eat or don't eat, it's really hard to do if we're not going to the root of the issue, which is an imbalanced root chakra in this situation. So rather than make rules that are rigid about like, don't eat this, don't eat that, it's not going to work, because what is that person going to do when they don't feel safe or when they're feeling uncomfortable? That tendency is there. And I mean, this often goes back to infancy. It can be an inherited pattern, something that we learn that when we need comfort, we go to those physical material things. But if we think about infants who are not feeling safe in the world, we'll often give them material things. So a cookie, a soother, a rattly toy, a vibrating chair. And when that's done in a healthy, balanced way, it might not manifest as root chakra excess. But if it's done in an excessive way, it can help to contribute to this pattern where that is what we go to when we aren't feeling safe in our world for whatever reason. So let's talk a little bit about why these trans fats, these high sugar, highly processed foods specifically, are really bad for trying to conceive. Science has shown us through studies that when people consume trans fats, their likelihood of getting pregnant decreases significantly. And when they decrease their consumption of trans fats or eliminate them, the rate of pregnancy goes way up. So there's a definite relationship here between trans fats and getting pregnant. When we consume trans fats, they block our cells' ability to absorb glucose from our blood. So glucose is the energy that you get from your food so that you can move and have energy and all of the cellular processes in your body. But when your cells can't pull that glucose from your blood, we can feel tired and lethargic and things don't work right. But also what happens is, because we're consuming food, especially sugar and flour and things like that, blood sugar levels spike because it's not getting into our cells enough. And so when blood sugar levels spike, but we still feel tired and lethargic, we'll consume more of these trans fats and sugary foods because we're trying to get a boost. When the blood sugar levels are high, this can eventually lead to diabetes or insulin-resistant PCOS, which is an infertility condition that the hormones are out of balance, cycles are irregular, we might not ovulate, cycles can be really long, and so it makes it really hard to get pregnant. So these are some of the ways that these foods specifically can really affect us when we're trying to conceive. We could talk a lot about nutrition, but I wanted to go to this specifically because we're talking about root chakra excess, and I want you to understand why that kind of consumption happens and how it becomes a cycle that's really hard to break. And I'm simplifying it. There is more to it, but if we get to the root of what I'm talking about, it is the root chakra. And so rather than have these rigid rules about what you can eat, it's easier to have a healthy exchange with the physical world when we heal the root chakra, when we bring that chakra in. And you can do that by grounding yourself. So there's another video about that when we do the inner infant healing. And if this resonates with you, you should do it more than once to heal all of the different layers until it doesn't feel as big anymore. And we also heal it by opening up the crown chakra a little bit so that we don't need to draw so much from the bottom, because we're also drawing from the top. So that could be starting a spiritual practice like meditation or prayer can be a way to connect to a higher self or a higher power. So when we nurture the root chakra and bring it into balance with these healing practices, the exchange with the physical world is just, it's going to match that healthy flow and be easier. So if we're trying to like force the symptom without going to the root, it's going to be really, really hard. And if we do the healing at the core of the issue, the rest is going to flow with a lot more ease. I hope that you found this video to be helpful, and don't forget to use the healing practices linked in the description. If it resonates with you, like and subscribe so that you continue to see more of these videos and more healing content so that you can be empowered in your own healing journey, or use this information as you support and serve others. Thank you so much for watching. It's definitely my pleasure to share with you all that I have learned over the years of my work and my own self-healing journey.